Just now we have finished what exactly is called RPA, where we have seen the general definition, the technical definition, and also a bit of imagination, where we understood RPA as a soft robot without any physical presence sitting next to us and working with our systems and computers the same way we actually do. So this is something that we have imagined in the previous session. Well, in this session, to get a bigger picture on how exactly the bot will work, let us see a demo video. And to set up the context, here we'll be seeing how a robot is able to get the job of invoice booking done into our ERPs. Well, before starting into the video, let us see how exactly the process works in the manual scenario. So the process goes this way. A particular staff like accountant or any accounts payable person will be receiving the invoice from the supplier, and this invoice can be received by soft copy or hard copy as well. And once he receives the invoice, he will check all the details of this invoice and see all the details are accurate or not. Some of the details are vendor name, vendor GST number, the item code, item descriptions, the value of the goods, the price at which the PO was raised, the calculation of taxes on that particular products, the payment terms, the bank account number to which this particular amount is supposed to be paid. All this he will be checking. Once he is sure of the data that is contained on this invoice, he will start entering the same in the ERPs. That can be SAP, Oracle, Zoho Books or QuickBooks or whatever accounting package. So this is how a manual workflow begins. And once he accepts the invoice and passes the accounting entry, he will inform to the supplier that the invoice has been accepted and he will be paid in so and so date. So this is all something going on in the manual approach. And moreover, the process of invoice booking is also time taking and prone to errors. Now, let us see how the bot is able to do this work for us. And here is the video which is from UiPath, where we'll be seeing a bot interacting with invoices, interacting with SAP package, and interacting with the staff as and when required. So let's start the demo.
In this video, we'll show you how UiPath streamlines an invoice process end to end. You are about to see a robot performing the following activities. Monitoring a dedicated folder where invoices are saved in PDF format. Reading invoices from that folder one by one. Extracting key information from the invoices. Opening SAP. Filling in invoice details in SAP. Sending email notifications. Please note that the robot will do some activities in the background, such as most of the invoice-related actions, monitoring a folder or checking its email address. Now let's see it working. Right now, it's monitoring a folder where 3 invoices are stored and collecting all the information needed so it...
Well, let me stop here and tell you what has exactly happened. So here, a bot is configured which is reading the invoices that are in a particular folder. But let me add some more thing to it. Bots can even read the data from the mails and capture the attachments and put it in one folder. So what are the invoices that are received via mail, that will be automatically captured by this bot, and bot can place them in one folder. And next, it will read all the invoices that are available in the folder, and it will retrieve all the information, the relevant key information that is required to be entered into the accounting packages. So here bot will be doing this using 3 different technologies called optical character recognition, through which bot will be able to recognize the content, and also the feature called indexing, where bot will be trained to pick only few details using the concept called indexing. It comes the concept called web scraping, where bots will be in a position to retrieve the data from digital copies. So remember, all these 3 terminologies are discussed separately in detail in the upcoming sessions. So once it is able to pick all the relevant information, it starts logging into its ERP. So it will be having its own dedicated login credentials. With that, it is logging into the ERP package. Once it's logins, then it will navigate to that particular invoice booking portal or module, and there it will start entering all the relevant details. And once it is filling all the details, if there are any discrepancies, it will communicate with the staff for necessary action. It will ask the staff to select what sort of action, and based on the action or the choice which is selected by the staff, it will again resume to the work. If no discrepancies, it will just simply notify to the staff that the transactions are properly recorded. Now let us see the same in action.
It then asks the tester to introduce the email address where the posting notification will be sent, and also performs basic checks to see if the SAP is open and runs it on its own if not. Logging into SAP using its credentials, it then starts processing the invoices one by one. We can see it filling in data such as vendor code, invoice date, invoice number, invoice amount, invoice description, and GL account, and ends up by filling the payment term. Following that, it registers the remaining 2 invoices in the assigned company code. An email containing the SAP registration number is sent automatically by the robot after successfully registering each invoice. Checking in the background, the robot verifies whether the VAT on the invoice matches the one in our database, and if so, will post it automatically. Otherwise, it will park it and send a dedicated email to the responsible person highlighting this difference and asking what to do. Post the invoice or to cancel it and send it back to the vendor. All the invoice's details are visible in the email it sends, so let's reply with yes to the message for an invoice with a VAT difference. Finally, it will check its email address in the background, access SAP using the appropriate transaction code, and post the invoice. And that's it. The robot has successfully posted the 3 invoices in SAP.
So that is something interesting, right? Bot is able to carry the exact end-to-end process just like the way we do. And it is often communicating with the staff on finding some sort of discrepancies and getting that clarified. And once it receives any information from the user, it starts resuming back to its work. So this is something interesting and amazing technology that RPA is bringing into the F&A domains. You can imagine of any sort of activity that can be preparation of MIS, preparation of some sort of financials, passing accounting entries, and every finance and accounts activities. The bots will be performing them in the same way just like we have seen. Hope you got a bigger picture on how bots are actually working with us by taking the robot out of humans. So this is all for this demo. Hope you got a bigger picture, and up next we'll be seeing why RPA is required. Thank you.